Okay, we have about 10 minutes to get to some of your questions in the chat. So we'll do this quickly and then continue the conversation at another time and online as well. So let me just sort of quickly summarize, and then our four presenters, you can just, pick and choose, whatever you'd like to address. Something about your Resilient 100 experience, and especially the, the expected challenges of getting support online. So if you can speak to, to that a little bit. Tom has that question. John Kluge is asking about, what you need, what the community, international community can provide to help you in weathering potential economic storms that are approaching. We have a question from Dan, again, related to support. What do you need? What are you not getting right now that this community can do for you? So maybe let's just stop there and, talk about, since those are all related to, support you can receive, support that's missing, and your experience of receiving, coaching or training online. Jump in and respond to any part of that you like. Isabella, are you saying something? I can't hear you. We can't hear you. No, okay.
No, I wasn't actually.
So you have everything you need. Nothing else that the community of refugee lands investors and supporters of refugee entrepreneurs can do more to support entrepreneurs, especially as John says, in the sort of more turbulent or difficult economic times.
Well, there is a humongous list of stuff we do, so I was kind of trying to summarize in my head what could be that list. There is so many needs. There's a lot of amazing initiatives, and there's a lot of funding going into supporting refugee and refugee businesses. From what I observed, actually, they kind of do it the other way around. They go into capacity building before even finding a market fit. And therefore, it kind of lacks sustainability in that sense. So I would, if I had one wish, so that people who are looking to invest money and all those NGOs and all those organizations trying to do a good work on the ground, is to make sure that what they're measuring as goals is something which has built-in sustainability in them, so that we don't just look at the number of participants, that we look also at, from those who participated, who are actually succeeded, who is still here 3 years, 5 years, because when you build a business, that 5-year mark is very important to make sure that you're going to continue, you're going to be sustainable more than, how many people participated in that or that training, so that those funds are better channeled here on the ground. And that's, most of this funding goes to NGOs, cooperatives, and nonprofits. But businesses is where the magic is happen, where we build sustainability, where we grow, and where we create more and more impact. So investing in businesses, refugee-owned, supporting refugees in for-profit companies is actually the way to go to create a long-lasting impact. So this is my call to the whole community, actually, on that note. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to jump in? If not, I have a question. Yeah,
Yes,
go ahead, Rami, please.
Helen, yes. Maybe 2 points, two messages here for these questions. The first one, it's so important to keep help us we are in position to support refugees during this world crisis. And the second point, maybe it's good to start thinking about the new world system, actually, because we are heading forward for new system, new global systems, I mean. So we still need to be ready for this new business generation. And especially here, my message is to support our businesses by digital transformation, how to transfer maybe our services and businesses to be ready for this point of new generation, new business generation. It's so important. And now the markets, it's open. We are maybe we still have this opportunity to support refugees, not only on local base, actually. Maybe a lot of refugees around the world can benefit from all our businesses. So the digital tools, it's so important for us for more sustainability. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rami. And the impact that all of your businesses have on your employees, on the clients that you serve, on the refugee students that Sunday School has, the businesses that you're serving, Rami, the online learners, the employees that Isabella has. I mean, that's very clear. Can you also maybe make a couple of comments on how your entrepreneurial success stories and these examples of refugee-led and refugee supporting successful ventures help to create or change the perceptions about refugees and the opportunity that refugees present? What you have observed around that would be great.
Okay, I would like to come in, Glenn.
Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, there has been this a bit negative notion about refugees. Most times we look at them as people who are vulnerable, dependent, in need, and so on. Our refugee policy in Uganda is a progressive one. In fact, it creates opportunities for refugees to actually contribute to national development. So that is actually the policy we are all tapping into. So we stopped looking at refugees as dependents, but we're actually looking at refugees now as people who can contribute to national development. That is why through these courses, it is about giving them courses that can enable their capacity and potential to create a life for themselves and in the end also contribute to national development. So I can say we have a number of successes, especially from the graduates. We have a number of enterprises that these graduates have gone on to create and build, and we have a long list of them. And these are also enterprises that are employing more refugees and sometimes actually employing our people in the national communities. So to touch on a little bit from the comments of Isabella and Rami, I think if we see the refugee crisis is growing globally, even here in Uganda, we have wars, new wars that are developing around Uganda, in Congo and so on. There's an outpouring of refugees continually. So for me, my ask would be for such refugee supporting, refugee-led investments, it would be good to invest in them so that their capacity is continually scaled in order to support more refugees, because in this journey, we really look at leaving no one behind. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunday. I think everyone has made important calls to action for our audience. We need to wrap up. It's 11:30, so I'm going to turn it over to Tim for closing remarks, and thank you again for being here and sharing your stories and successes with us.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Salin and Sunday. Really, that was just a perfect final comment, I think, to end on. I think that there's probably a lot of heads nodding around the world as you made that last comment. So thank you for that. Thank you, Isabella. Thank you, Rami. Thank you, Anas, as well. Plus all of those who are on videotape for this inspiring work that you laid out for us. It's really deeply meaningful, and as importantly, really should attract interest from investors as well. I think that's a key theme here. Just real quickly, thank you to the RIN team for setting this meeting up. Selin, your great work with the R100, highlighting these entrepreneurs today and helping many others with your work. We sincerely appreciate that great work, and I know they do too. Michaela Robb, our excellent intern, thank you for this challenging environment today. And most of all to the audience for joining in. It was a challenge to join in with the global Zoom outage. It was very poorly timed. We had over 130 registrants for today's meeting. It was great to see our number double over the course of the session. But I just want to point to that we found that, the attendance for the meetings that we run is growing, and that's really a good sign. And it really comports with what we're finding with our work. I noted at the outset, and only a handful of you heard my comments, but the cadence of the work that we're being asked to do as an investment intermediary focused on refugee lens investments is really increasing, and that's encouraging. It's accelerating. The field of innovative finance is growing. Our partnership network is growing, work around livelihoods, and support generally for refugee lens investing we see is catching on. So thank you for support of this ecosystem development. Be in touch with us. Thank you for supporting us. Let us know how we can help. And may I wish you all again a belated but happy World Refugee Day. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.